Hey everyone, this is Tom Cafarella here from Ocean City Development. Today I'm going to be sharing with you the 7 best tools that I use in my real estate investing business, and I highly recommend that you use. So tool number 1 is a CRM product that I've been using forever called Follow Up Boss. So what a CRM does, ultimately at the end of the day, it tells you who you need to call, when you need to call them. So before I was ever using a CRM, I would lose deals all the time because I would go out, I would meet with the seller. The seller might not be selling for 3 months or 6 months, and I would just forget to follow up, and I wouldn't know who to call and when to call. The other thing that you're going to get using a CRM, specifically Follow Up Boss, which is the one I highly recommend using, is you're also going to get the automation on the back end. So when a lead comes in, automatically you're going to get an email that gets sent out. You're going to have a text message that gets sent out. So you really need to be using a CRM in your business for sure if you're generating motivated seller leads, which, by the way, you absolutely need to do in this market right now. That's the only way you're going to get great deals, is if you're marketing to motivated sellers. The second tool that I use is called Twilio. Okay, so anytime that you're doing any sort of marketing, you want to be able to track how it's doing, right? So the way that we do that is we associate a different phone number for every type of marketing that we do. For example, if we're sending out mailers, the first mailer will have one phone number, the second mailer will have the second phone number, the third will have a third phone number, and for $1 per month per phone number, you'll be able to track all of your different campaigns. So again, we use a different phone number for mailers, a different phone number for our Facebook ads, a different phone number for our Google ads, because we want to know at the end of the day what the cost per lead with each one of those campaigns are. And once we know that, we're going to dump more money into what's working, and then we're going to pull back money on stuff that's not working well. And it's always a testing process. But unless you have a different tracking number for your different marketing methods, you'll never know, and you'll never be able to figure out where should I put more of my money, which is extremely important. The third tool that we use is a 3-line dialer called Mojo. Okay, so if you put in Mojo phone dialer into Google, you'll be able to pull that up. For $150 a month, you will be able to call anywhere between 600 to 800 people a day. And if you're using cold calling in your prospecting, it is an absolute necessity that you use a 3-line dialer. The difference between you using a dialer and you hand dialing all of the phone numbers in a day is literally 3 to 4 times the output. So if you're just hand dialing, you're going through a list of phone numbers, seeing who you should call that day, you'd be lucky to get through 100 to 150 calls in a day. Whereas when you use Mojo, the 3-line dialer, you're going to be able to hit between 600 to 800 people in a day. And so even if you're not cold calling, by the way, and you have a bunch of old leads, you're still going to want to use Mojo, because you're going to want to load all of those old leads, all of the people that you've never been able to get in touch with, into the dialer and call them on a periodic basis. It is very, very common. Like, someone will fill out a form on our website 3 years ago and then sell us a house today. Why they filled out the form 3 years ago, I have no clue. But because we're able to use Mojo, because we're able to hit them over and over and over again, we're able to turn old leads into gold. The fourth tool that I would recommend using is a website provider specific for real estate investors called Investor Carrot. Okay, so if you're going to develop a website on your own, I can promise you, you are going to do a worse job than them. At the end of the day, the reason why we use websites, the only reason we need a website in a real estate investing business, is to make sure that when someone goes to our website URL, they put in their phone number and they put in their email. That's all that we care about. We don't care about how pretty our website looks. We don't care about putting our past projects on there. None of that matters. The only thing that matters is that when a visitor goes on your website, that they take action and put in their email and their phone number. So the reason why Investor Carrot is great is because they've spent so much money doing what we call split testing. And split testing, when it comes to a website, is the process of testing out the way the site looks. So how does it look when I have my contact form up in the upper right-hand corner? What does it look like when I have it in the bottom left-hand corner, right? So they're testing out all these different things and seeing what produces the biggest results. What gets the most people to put their phone number and their email in there? And for $50 a month, they provide huge value. In addition to getting a website that converts very easily for only $50 a month, they also provide training on how to generate leads using your website. Definitely a great tool. I highly recommend that you use it. The next tool I want to talk about is a tool called Google Sheets. And Google Sheets is a free product, and it's like Microsoft Excel, except it's stored on the cloud. So if you have a Gmail account, you're going to have free access to the program called Google Sheets, which again is just like Microsoft Excel, except that you're not storing it on your local computer. You're storing that Excel spreadsheet in the cloud, meaning that whether you're in Australia, United States, whether you're in Texas, whether you're in Massachusetts, no matter what computer you're on or on your phone, you're going to be able to log in and look at it. And the reason we use these spreadsheets and the reason they're so cool is because you can share them with other people, right? So if you have a virtual assistant calculating offers for you, running comps, building databases, finding phone numbers, finding email addresses for you, they're able to work in that spreadsheet quite literally while you're in there seeing them work, okay? So it's great for sharing, and it's great to monitor the work of a virtual assistant. That's free. That's a no-brainer. The other tool that I want to talk about, the next tool, is called Cole Realty Resource. So we talked about a little bit about using Mojo Dialer to make cold calls and to follow up with your old leads. So in order to make cold calls, you need the phone numbers, right? So what you want to do when you're prospecting to an area, looking for motivated sellers, is you want to build your database. You want to find the types of properties that you're looking for and the types of sellers that are most likely to sell to an investor, pull those addresses, and then using Cole Realty Resource, you want to be able to get those phone numbers. And Cole Realty Resource has a function where you can actually pull cell phones. It is hugely important to pull cell phone records. Home phones, they still work, right? A lot of older people still have them, but it's becoming less and less common. And the difference between pulling a cell phone record and pulling a home phone record is what we call the contact rate. So the contact rate means that out of 100 people that we call, how many people are we actually going to talk to? So when we have cell phones, if we call 100 people, we're actually going to talk to about 10 of them. When we have home phone numbers and we call 100 people, we're only going to talk to about 5 of them. So quite literally, by having the cell phone records through Cole Realty Resource, you're going to double your output. So if you use home phones, you're going to have to spend 2 hours for every hour that you would spend if you're using cell phones. And the last tool I want to talk about is called Find Motivated Sellers Now. So again, if you Google search Find Motivated Sellers Now, you're going to be able to pull up this tool. It's an awesome tool. For $99 a month, it's going to help you build a database. So it's really important, like I mentioned, when you are finding the phone numbers of who you're going to call, that you're prospecting to the right people. So what Find Motivated Sellers Now allows you to do, it allows you to put filters on the properties. So for example, if you're in Boston and you want to buy houses in Boston, you want to make sure that the people you're calling have equity, they have enough equity so that you can actually buy them, right? So if they don't have enough equity, you as the investor can't buy them unless you do a short sale. You want to make sure they have equity. You want to make sure that they've lived in a home for a good period of time. Somebody who bought a house last year is unlikely to then turn around, sell anyways, but never mind selling to an investor. So what Find Motivated Sellers allows you to do, literally check the buttons. Okay, I want to target vacant properties that have high equity in this town, and you put in that information and it spits you out all of the records. And that helps you create your database that you're going to continuously prospect to over and over and over again. And so all of these tools, by the way, are tools that I give away for free with the people that I partner with in their local market. So right now I'm maxed out in Boston. I do about as many deals as I can. I do over 100 fix and flips every single year. So I'm looking to expand and go into other markets and take these tools, not only the tools I talked about today, but all of the systems in my business, and help people dominate their local market in a true partnership form. So where we only make money when our out-of-state partners make money, right? So this isn't a coaching program or anything like that. It's a true partnership. And if you're interested in learning more about that, go to www.realestateinvestingiseasy.com. And now when you go to that website, it's going to prompt you to put in your email address. Once you put in your email address, it's going to send you a video on the exact steps necessary, and it will tell you what I'm looking for in a partner in your market and how to get on board and dominate your local market. Now, even if you don't want to partner with me in your local market, that's okay. You still want to go to that URL, www.realestateinvestingiseasy.com, and put in your email address, because you're also going to get free lifetime access to all of my in-person fix and flip training events. Some of them are held at my office in Boston, and some of them are held at remote locations. So once you put in your email address, you're going to get full, free, lifetime access to come out and get free training. You're also going to get free access to my private Facebook group, Questions for Tom. And the purpose of that group is so that you can go into the Facebook group and type a question and get a response from me within 24 hours. So if you're listening to this video and you have questions about how to use Twilio or Mojo, you would type the question into that Facebook group, and I would personally respond within 24 hours. All of these free benefits are only available, though, if you take action right now at www.realestateinvestingiseasy.com and put your email address in. So definitely take advantage of that, and thank you for watching the video today.